Good morning, everybody. Welcome to your Sunday morning live amazing fantasy football stream. We're here for injuries, updates, news, notes, all that fun stuff. And joining us this morning is our friendly neighborhood, Joshua.
Hey, how's it going?
I'm tired.
Oh.
That's how it's going.
Doing all right. Why don't we get through some news? And I have a great sleeper for this week.
Oh, yeah?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Jump in the news first, though?
Yes.
All right. Mostly in order of position here, but I'm not going to bury the lead. Obviously, the 49ers, that's not what I wanted. Traded, or should I say the Panthers traded Christian McCaffrey to the 49ers for
their entire 2023 draft picks.
Yeah, right.
Outside of their first round pick, they already traded away to get Trey Lance, who's not playing this year.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure we'll get into this wholeheartedly, but let's go ahead and get the update. We've got a second round in 2023, third round in 2023, fourth round 2023, plus a fifth in 2024. Furthermore, McCaffrey is expected to play today versus the Chiefs, despite only being acquired late on Thursday in the trade. I don't think there was any doubt. I know Shanahan said what he was supposed to, I don't know, a couple days ago, but...
Okay, so here's the thing, though. How much do you think he's really going to be involved? Like
the number I keep hearing tossed around is 8 to 10 touches. Not even though he's maybe the best receiving back in the league, probably not too much through the air just because of playbook and knowing everything. And if you're in the wrong spot on pass protection or on a route, it could be a turnover. But on the ground, red zone, 8 to 10 touches is what kind of everybody's saying. And I think I would play it safe and agree with that.
That sounds about right. Do you start him then?
I'd have to see what the other choices are, but I think there's a lot of teams out there that I just don't think you can sit them. I think there's buys.
Okay, say you have a viable option that's maybe going to get you 11 or 12 guaranteed points versus Christian McCaffrey, who might get you 2 or he might get you 25.
Yeah, I'm going to go with the safe option, especially if I'm 5-1, 4-2. Did I do my math right? Yeah.
Aaron Jones or Christian McCaffrey this week?
Should know this. Not Packers play
the Commanders.
Christian McCaffrey, because the whole Aaron Jones and the AJ Dillon thing has been.
I'm trying to remember who the Texans play. Damian Pierce or Christian McCaffrey?
Pierce.
Interesting. Okay.
Guaranteed probably 20 touches, honestly.
Kenneth Walker versus Christian McCaffrey.
Walker.
Okay. I'm not going to keep going with this. I just just some names I was pulling off the top of my head.
When we get a chance to chat later, I'll talk about. I'll do my best Josh impression and throw a wet blanket on the whole GD thing. But let's continue.
Wait! Before we continue, sticking with the same trade, who you got going forward? Deonta Foreman or Chuba Hubbard?
I'll take Foreman, but by no means should anybody have spent too much.
I'm Team Hubbard.
Yeah, I'm not.
He's a little bit sprier. I'm like, neither one of them are really let's.
It's gonna be a mess. It's gonna be a mess.
Yeah, it's gonna be a mess. Neither one of them are really all that great, but I think Chuba Hubbard is close to the closer person to what Christian McCaffrey was.
For sure. Play style, body.
So
yeah, that's fair.
It's gonna be a mix of both of them. It's not gonna be one guy.
I lean towards the goal line guy who will be.
Yeah, and I get where you're coming from, and I'm not trying to besmirch your take there, because I think we're all going to end up losing in this argument. So whatever. We have a question, Chris.
Yeah.
It says bench Sutton due to weather and QB, and if so, I believe he's going with if so, Dobbs, Claypool, or Alec Pierce are all on waivers. Alec Pierce, I would rank it as Pierce, Dobbs, Claypool. And speaking of Claypool, but should he bench Sutton because of it? Who are the Broncos playing again? They're playing the Jets, and Claypool's probably going to get Sauce Gardner.
And it's just,
hey, I'm gonna go Pierce, man. I'm gonna go Pierce over Sutton.
Isn't their matchup awesome?
The Titans, yeah.
Yeah. Matt Ryan's got a nice matchup too. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go Pierce. Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
And I would probably go Pierce, Dobbs, Sutton, Claypool. Because Claypool's he's been very uninspiring this year.
I don't want to.
A lot of that's due to his quarterback play, but still.
Plus, he blew up when Mitch came in, and it's Pickett today. So
yeah,
I play that narrative, or play against that narrative, I guess you could say. But yeah, I think I'm with you, Pierce.
They were talking about trading Claypool as well, and I gotta say he really fits that indie mold of he's a big dude,
yeah,
and he's kind of fast,
yeah.
So I could see the Colts if they get him for a cheap enough price. I could see them trading for him.
It'd have to be. I want to say an offer I can't refuse, but it'd have to be a good offer. Jumping back to quarterbacks, we got quarterback Dak Prescott. Thumb injury is officially cleared, and off the injury report, he will play. Russell Wilson for the Broncos is dealing with a partially torn hamstring, leaving his status in doubt beyond the start that he'll miss today versus the Jets. Mac Jones, ankle, upgraded to full practice. I assume he's the starter today.
It sounds like it tomorrow, but yeah, it sounds like he's going to play.
Thank you. Ravens standout running back J.K. Dobbins is expected to undergo arthroscopic knee surgery next week that will sideline him for 4 to 6 weeks per sources.
I gotta say, I'm gonna stop you real quick about J.K. Dobbins. His schedule for the next 4 to 6 weeks is not the greatest, so he's actually missing out on his. But then after that,
got a nice schedule.
His schedule gets a lot softer for the very end of the fantasy season / the beginning of the playoffs. So if you have a roster spot that you can take on J.K. Dobbins for right now, trade for him. And probably get him pretty cheap.
Yeah.
And then, if you're 5-1 right now and you got a bench spot to burn or you got an IR spot to burn for J.K. Dobbins, trade for him right now. You could probably get him pretty cheap. The person who has him on their team is probably sitting there oh, crud.
Oh,
he can definitely give you some help down the stretch.
I won't say droppable yet, but...
He's definitely not droppable. I mean, he's going to be back.
I wouldn't say, yeah, I know, but 10-team league, only 5 bench spots. I mean, you can't predict the future, but I've held on to Elijah Mitchell till now. It's you gotta have.
And if you have Elijah Mitchell, you should probably trade him to the CMC team.
Right.
And yeah.
I dropped him.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
For a guy we'll talk about in a moment.
Okay, cool.
Colts running back Jonathan Taylor is officially off the injury report. Will play Sunday versus Titans. Last 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
DeAndre Swift, ankle/shoulder, is not expected to play versus the Cowboys, barring a surprise. Saquon, shoulder, off the injury report. Damian Harris, Patriots, hamstring, gets in a full practice. I think he's in, as far as I know.
Excuse me.
Backfield change. The Chiefs gave rookie running back Isaiah Pacheco first team reps this week, and he's expected to start. That's who I dropped Elijah Mitchell for. In one league, and I dropped Jeff Wilson in another league. Done.
Jeff Wilson, gone.
Yeah, I'm not playing this week. I obviously not Mitchell.
I was gonna say if you have Jeff Wilson, and you could probably, this is the last week you're going to be able to start him.
And there's probably teams that have to start him. I wasn't starting him because my running back's in front of him, and I said it's worth a shot before kickoff. Put Pacheco on my lineup and just
sure,
on my roster. So yeah, Pacheco. We'll see what happens today. Should be a fun game either way. Get to see a little CMC. Get to see a little Pacheco.
Game's on TV this afternoon, so whoop whoop.
Nice. Seahawks wide receiver Tyler Lockett listed as questionable due to hamstring injury, is expected to play versus the Chargers. On to some receivers here. A couple Bengals. Tiggins, a.k.a. T. Higgins, with an ankle injury, is not on the final Bengals injury report. And Zach Taylor says Jamar Chase, with a hip, will play in Week 7. Chargers wide receiver Keenan Allen. The drama continues. Not that he's being dramatic. I'm just saying. Been frustrating for Keenan Allen.
I think he's frustrated, but he's also been a little vocal about it too. Yeah. Oh, okay. Have you not heard about this? Yeah, he's and he's got what, a hamstring injury, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Apparently he's getting a little frustrated by getting sat out and everything, and they're just and they're talking, and I don't remember if you said this. I wasn't really listening, sorry. they were saying like, well, why play you today when next week is your bye week, you know? And they're like, if you're not 100%, which leads me to my sleeper this week, and that's great. So if Keenan Allen doesn't play, which it sounds like they're leaning towards not playing him, Jalen Guyton's on IR. Joshua Palmer is out this week. That leads DeAndre Carter to be the wide receiver 2 for the Chargers this week.
Behind Mike Williams. You said Palmer.
Behind Mike Williams. Yeah, Palmer is out this week.
Okay.
So DeAndre Carter, who has been okay for he hasn't been very fantasy viable because, it's been Mike Williams, and, there's a lot of mouths to feed in that offense. None of them are all that like spectacular, but yeah, Herbie's just been spreading the ball around to everyone, So DeAndre Carter, I think, is a really great play against Seahawks defense that is not as terrible as we thought it was going to be, but it's still not the greatest either. So DeAndre Carter, I picked him up in Dynasty because I was like, man, I might need this guy, this week or, maybe in a couple of weeks too. So he's a journeyman wide receiver, but he's got some talent. He's not, I would put him up slightly above average.
Worth mentioning Palmer's injury as a concussion, and Donald Parham Jr., the tight end 2, I guess, for the Chargers, is also out today with a concussion. And then, of course, as we just mentioned,
he might be done. That might be his career right there.
Yeah, that's kind of. I wanted to slide that in there and just.
That sucks for him. Like, I know the Chargers liked him a lot.
A couple weeks ago, both me and you were kind of at least looking down on Gerald Everett a little bit, like.
That was last week.
He had a bad game, and then thought Keenan was coming back. Thought Parham was going to take some targets, but I think you kind of flip that coin and you're back probably on Everett's side. I mean, not as like a league winner, but he plays the tight end position. I know that.
that was I mean, speaking of Everett too, like with Parham out as well and all those other guys, the wide receivers that are out, I think Everett's a good start this week. And honestly, if like Lockett can't make it and some of these other guys, I might start 2 tight ends at Dynasty this week.
Oh, well, Dynasty's a different animal, but that's a worth a mention, yeah.
Everett's a guy, like if he's out there in your waiver wire, he's not going to be available. He's not going to be available for you next week because they're going to be on bye. But moving forward,
he's been my tight end all year in 12-team redraft, full PPR, CTT league.
Keep going. Sorry,
right. It's all right. Just to clarify what's going on with Keenan, listed as questionable due to hamstring injury. Wants to see how he feels Sunday before making final decision, per source. Right. But the Chargers know their bye week is next week, as Josh just mentioned, so they'd rather sit him. So keep your eye out, but I think he sits.
Yeah,
Panthers consider DJ Moore a, quote, foundational piece, so I guess they're not going to trade him. That could still very well happen, folks. Don't get it twisted. They're going to put up their best foot forward, and say what they're supposed to say. But I don't know. Apparently there were some offers come and go, and they said no. We'll have some asking for friends later. I'll throw DJ Moore in there just based on, again, targets. What? Because may I remind folks, I did not include this. Robbie Anderson was traded. I failed to mention that. That was last week, I think.
No, that was earlier this week, I think.
Okay. In terms of the show, did we get it on Thursday? No.
Last Sunday you were talking about how like they were like not going to trade DJ Moore and everything, and I chimed in the chat because I was still sick. That's about Robbie Anderson, and lo and behold, he was traded. And I think that DJ Moore they're holding on to him as that cornerstone of a rebuild, Mm-hmm. Him, and there was a report that I saw this morning that one of their cornerbacks, I can't remember which one, and I'm not going to bother looking up because it's a cornerback.
JC Horn.
Yeah, yes. They were reportedly offered 2 first-round picks for him, and they said 9.
I think, let me finish up the news real quick because I'd like to come back to CMC.
Yeah, go ahead.
The ability to get rid of a running back there. Did I get Renfro? Renfro, hip, will practice, hopeful for week 7. I don't have an update if Renfro will go. But
I thought he was not going to play, but okay. Keep going.
That could be very well the case. And in related news, Darren Waller, hamstring, is out for Sunday's game versus the Texans. Oh, here it is. Hunter Renfro, hip, and Matt Collins are questionable. Oh, same thing. Bucks ruled out Julio and tight end Cameron Brate. Get your Kate Ottens for you tight end desperate teams out there. Apparently he led all tight ends in targets. I think it was last week when he came in for free.
It's not a bad pickup, man.
No, not at all. I'd like to have Brady's tight end, sure. Ravens tight end Mark Andrews listed as questionable.
I'm sorry. Wait. Back up. We are skipping over the fact that you said you wanted Brady's tight end.
I stand by my statement.
Okay. Continue on.
Or this guy's, no, I'm just kidding. Ravens tight end Mark Andrews listed as questionable for Sunday due to an injury, is expected to play versus the Browns. We just touched on Waller, and Dalton Schultz is off the injury report for the Cowboys in Week 7 with Dak back. Again, tight end desperate teams. I'm not saying he's out there, but the favorite target of Dak's. First game back, I don't know, but a little dicey, but yeah. So back to Panthers. I just think it speaks volumes that arguably the best running back in the league, that you're willing to get rid of him. And I think it's the smart thing to do. You're not going to win. You're not going to compete. You don't want to pay a running back 12, 13, 16, whatever his number is for the next 2025. So 3 years. Yeah, keep the young wide receiver. Keep the
and you know what?
Cornerback. Mm-hmm.
This is incredibly smart by the 49ers too, and the salary cap wise, because their quarterback is more or less free for the duration of the CMC's contract.
Mm-hmm.
That would be Trey Lance and him being on his rookie deal. So they don't have to worry about paying their quarterback. You know, like Jimmy G's as good as gone.
And they didn't have to give up a first, which they did not have one. I get it, but
they didn't have one. But yeah, they
in terms of value, I would have been upset if really anyone would have given up a first for a running back. Any running back. Yeah.
So I mean, it's a smart move by the Panthers. It's a smart move by the 49ers. Yeah, they don't have a lot of draft picks in 2023, which is kind of a bummer. But you know, hey man, you're getting CMC, and you're gonna probably keep Elijah Mitchell around, or if Mitchell comes out in the offseason, it wouldn't surprise me if he's like, hey man, can you at least trade me which they could probably get something for him. Not a lot, but you know, something. And
he's banged up, so that's gonna he'll be discounted a little bit.
Right. But I mean, you get him on the right team, he can still be fantasy viable.
I absolutely believe that. I still think he's a good running back. And then I saw some kind of whatever Twitter.
Did you say anything about Mark Andrews? He's supposed to play today.
He's gonna play. I did.
Okay.
I closed with tight ends. And I saw a little bit of Twitter fodder about best offense in the league, yada yada. I was like, hold on a darn minute, because it's Jimmy G's in the picture, obviously, because Lance is out for the year. I'm like, they didn't even want Jimmy G to begin with, folks. Let's not get this twisted. Yes, they're going to be really good. Heck, they could be the best in the league, but I mean, come on, it's still. I don't know. But I also did.
Garoppolo's he's a better than average quarterback. He's not.
That's fair.
And honestly, at this point, he's probably better than
Stafford. Better than
Stafford. As of right now, he looks better than Stafford. He looks better than Brady. You know, like
that's fair. I hadn't seen.
There's something wrong with it. There's something wrong with the Bucks, and I haven't been able to watch him at all this year, so it's hard to tell. It's just like they're just not putting up no one's putting up the fantasy points that they were even last year ago.
Big plays are down.
Big plays are just big games in general are way down from even a couple of years ago, or even last year. You know, like, I mean, I think you posted something in our group chat for Dynasty, and you're like, "Yo, this," and I didn't respond, but I was like, "Look at the scores for this week. We're barely hitting like 110." You know, it was like the high score that week. You know,
we're off to a good start this week, but hey, you know, I don't think anybody saw that coming from Arizona and New Orleans, and New Orleans was garbage time, I believe.
And Arizona was most of Arizona's points came by their defense, by Andy Dalton turning the ball over. So there just wasn't a lot of fantasy points to be had by Arizona this week. You know, like, Benjamin was okay, but he wasn't like amazing, and frankly, he's not that great of a running back anyway. So whatever.
Somebody talked about CMC a little, how he was on grass his whole career at Stanford and in his first couple years at Carolina, and then they went to turf apparently in Carolina.
Oh yeah, I heard about this.
Suddenly gets hurt a bunch. Now he's going back to grass in San Fran, although, which this is complete total narrative, San Francisco running backs seem to get hurt a lot, so it's going to be an interesting, very interesting fantasy outcome. Yes, Dynasty, I mean, come on. But the other thing I was going to say about the quarterbacks being underwhelming. So, big picture, say next year, Lance comes back. Mobile quarterbacks don't like to throw to running backs. Now, we said that when Cam Newton got.
They don't actually throw to the running back that often in San Francisco either. It's going to be CMC changes that. I mean, exactly. CMC changes that, assume
so, yes.
Kyle Shanahan is not an idiot. Like he knows that the dude can catch the ball with the best of them.
I would agree with you there, but worth mentioning, it's going to be crazy how it
What are you drinking there?
Dr. Pepper. Well, Dr. Pepper cream soda, actually.
Yeah, gross.
Delicious.
Ugh.
I was going to do coffee, and I was just like, I'm kind of thirsty for something cold.
You had me at Dr. Pepper. You lost me at the cream soda part.
I love it. I probably like it. I like Dr. Pepper right now.
Oh, man.
They're both.
And even Dr. Pepper is kind of, I don't know. I used to like it a lot, and there's something about it that just, it lost its luster. I don't know why.
My favorite. That's all I got for news, notes, and updates. I do, off the top of my head, I say top of my head as I go to pull up the tab in the lineup, have I'm asking for a friend. Let's go. The aforementioned DJ Moore.
Nope. I don't even know who the other option is.
AJ Dillon.
AJ Dillon.
Or the aforementioned Isaiah Pacheco or Gus Edwards. Pick one. Edwards, Gus Edwards, Isaiah Pacheco, the two last minute kind of.
Is Gus Edwards actually going to play?
Yeah, he is.
Okay. Remind me who the Ravens are playing again. I'm sorry, I'm drawing a blank.
Cleveland, great matchup.
Gus Edwards. Oh yeah.
First game back.
Gus Edwards. Oh yeah. Oh, smash that. Dude, that is who you should be playing. Without a shadow of a doubt.
To be clear on the DJ Moore, I did have DJ Moore on the bench at this point. To also be clear, I have to start George Pickens. Okay, so George Pickens or DJ Moore. I know, man. Not pretty.
George Pickens, DJ Moore. Pickens, DJ Moore. I'm going Pickens. Who are the Panthers playing again? Just real quick.
Down there, Tampa.
Pickens, and I don't like it.
Yeah. Okay. One more team, full PPR.
Can I say something here real quick?
Go right
ahead. I really hate NFL.com's fantasy football everything. Right. I despise it.
NFL,
it's
ESPN.
NFL, like ESPN's is at least functional. And there's so many problems with this NFL, like the app and the website. Sometimes it says that everyone's on the bench. Sometimes it says that people are scoring 0 points. It's just broken, and the NFL just doesn't care. And the fact that people use this is I feel they just don't know any better. And don't use NFL.com. Use Sleeper. Use ESPN. I hate ESPN, and they're way better than the NFL.com's fantasy thing. They're like ESPN, it's intuitive, it runs smooth. It's for a very vanilla league. If you want any sort of specialty things, like you want to do a keeper, a dynasty, and ESPN's right out. But for just doing a regular redraft league with your friends or your family or your buddies at work, ESPN is great. NFL is hot garbage.
Bit more of the same here. I while you were talking, I was listening. But also was trying to look up that weather that our viewer asked a moment ago. Portland Sutton, Gus Edwards, or Isaiah Pacheco? I think I got to take Sutton out.
Who are the Chiefs playing again?
Chiefs are playing San Fran. I think it's Gus again. In a full PPR, mind you. That's why I was really leaning receiver. And Sutton had
the Chiefs aren't playing San Francisco, are they?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh,
at San Fran.
It's Pacheco then.
Think so? Over Gus Edwards, who you? Because I had Pacheco in the other question too, and we both chose
I think
Edwards.
I'm gonna go. I guess I'm gonna go Edwards again. Gus Bus.
Although Edwards doesn't catch the ball. I didn't see anything on the weather, but Mark Rippon is your quarterback. I don't know. Jets
Brett.
defense.
Brett.
Brett. What did I say? Did I say Mark?
Yeah.
Dad.
Who's Mark Rippon?
Dad. You didn't know his dad was a pretty good NFL quarterback?
Why does he suck then?
I don't know, because is it his son, or is he too old to have a son that young? Anyway, Mark Rippon, yeah, Redskins. Heck, went to a Super Bowl. Won it? No, I can't remember. Late 80s.
I'm gonna look it up here.
Mark Rippon.
His parents are Tim and Julie.
That must be a nephew.
Neither one of those are Mark.
Nephew then.
His brother's cousin's sister's roommate.
What's this guy's name now? The young one starting today? What's his first
Brett.
name again? Brett.
I'm trying to. I don't see anything about there being a relation, but I'm also just really skimming here too.
Nephew, yeah, I was right. And by right, I mean wrong, and then right. It's his nephew. His uncle Rippon. Yep.
Uncle Mac.
Yeah. Brett was a bit of a head case when he came into Denver.
Brett?
Allegedly, Brett Rippon was a bit of a head case. Yeah, apparently he's matured a bit. Gunslinger, just great, kind of crazy. Ole Miss? I'm gonna throw that out there. I think he played at Ole Miss. I'm not sure if that's.
Want to try that one again?
No, because I think I closed the tab.
Think Smurf turf.
Boise State.
Boise State.
Okay. I like me some Boise State quarterbacks.
I like me some Boise State football field. I like the Smurf turf.
All right. Any questions in the audience? Nope. You got anything?
Not really. I'm kind of in the point where I know what my teams are and I know what to do with my teams. Okay, here's one. Kenyon Drake, Donovan Peoples-Jones, or Cortland Sutton.
Was DPJ one of your Fave 5 this week?
I believe he was.
And so was who's the running back you just named? Drake. And Drake was one of mine. I guess I'm gonna go Drake. Ebo. Should I start ETN? I'm gonna get this right. ETN over McCaffrey in a full PPR and slot Juju or DJ Moore in my flex.
Oh God.
I feel like you should probably get ETN in there. His usage has really looked good. He's basically taken over that back. Well, not taken over. He's taken the starting role from Mr.
He's getting the bulk of the work.
Yeah. Full PPR.
Which is about the only thing good going from a dynasty team at the moment.
Right. I want to stay away from DJ Moore, Ebo. So I guess I'm going ETN Juju if I have to choose a running back and a receiver.
Yeah, I'm right there with you.
McCaffrey's fine though if you got to flex him. I'd flex him over DJ Moore. Let me put it that way. But I think I want ETN over McCaffrey there. Question there, Ebel. Good one.
Chris, real quick pop quiz for you. How many IR spots are in our dynasty league? Does a team have? What's the max?
3, I believe.
The max is 5. I want more.
Oh, the max that you can have?
Yes.
Oh, we can do 5 in our league? Wow, I thought it was 3.
It's 5, and I could go for 2 more.
Yeah,
that's how bad my team is right now.
It's so bad. Meanwhile, I'm like, and Keith even said something about me shedding points. I'm kind of trying to rebuild and tank. And I only had like 28 players. I had like 1 or 2 guys on IR, insignificant. Like literally, I could drop them. It's like Sam Darnold, and I don't remember who else. And I'm just like, I don't. There's nobody out there, and I'm at this point. I'm not gonna pick up anything crazy. So it's crazy. You're like busting at the seams trying to stash IR guys and still have 30 active dudes, and I'm just like 28, whatever. Such a difference. I'll put it that way.
Yeah. I mean,
3 games.
Yeah, it's
3-3, and you're 6-0.
Yeah, that win streak could come to an end at any point.
It's obnoxious.
What?
Your win streak, I mean,
dude.
you
This
said it
team
yourself.
this team is held together with duct tape and prayers at this point.
I could have said it better myself.
For reals, man. Just so many injuries. I'm like, God damn it.
I mean, we've had a discussion about one or two guys not starting, one or two guys here or there, but I mean that happens in leagues, and your scores is still just like way up here. So you don't want them anyway, but like you said, 6 in a row is redonkulous.
Actually, I'm up to like 15 in a row.
Oh, including last year?
14, 15, something like that.
Playoffs, obviously, and of course, ending a regular season.
Dude, it's coming to a halt at any point. Any week, it could easily happen.
If I win another game, again, folks at home, if you're listening, I'm trying to tank. I've won 3 in a row. So I started 0-3, and I'm 3-3 now, and I'm like, if I win another 1 or 2, I'm like, I guess I'm back in it. Only 4 teams make the playoffs. No? Oh, it is 6.
6.
It is 6. Whittle it down in the playoffs.
Yeah. I gotta say, I'm glad that you got something better than a 3rd round pick for Zeke. I was about to float that offer out to you again because I was like, well, or I was gonna go like a 2nd and like some other stuff too from your team for Zeke, and then like as I was kind of looking at it, like that came through. I'm like, all right, well, I mean, it's better than what I was gonna offer you. Let's put it that way. So I was like, all right, I'd probably tried to get like Tony Pollard out of you or something else too, but all right. I don't hate it.
And a 4th in 2024 and a 5th.
Yeah.
That 2nd is really kind of the air. And it's his pick, so it's probably a late 2nd. However, that Schultz trade, that's probably an early 3rd, if not the earliest of 3rds from King of the North. So I was like, smash that.
Dude, I floated him a trade like a while ago, and speaking of which, I need to cancel it before the week starts. I offered him.
While you're looking, Ebo's got some qualifying his question here. Well, I can play McCaffrey 2 in my flex. Still go Juju? Question. Juju in a full PPR. Kansas City and San Fran.
San Francisco's defense is like my fantasy football team right now. They're playing about half strength. Like half of their starters are out.
Now, full PPR probably do go with Juju. As mentioned before, and I mentioned it at the kind of top of the show. My concern is it's going to be 8 to 10 quote touches, but it's going to be mostly on the ground, mostly in the red zone. They're not going to trust him in pass pro or out on routes. Yeah, maybe a check down here or there, but I may look dumb here. Because, gosh, you never want to sit McCaffrey, but he just showed up. Yep, I'm going to stick with my guns. Juju.
Okay. My trade to King of the North was for DPJ, Devin Duvernay, and a 4th round pick this year. Duvernay and DPJ have actually scored very similar points so far.
What were you getting back, or did I miss that part?
Donovan Peoples-Jones was what I was trading for. And Devin Duvernay, who, like I said, they've scored very similar. And I just threw a 4th round pick in there too because I didn't have a 3rd to kind of offer up. I was just like, there you go. And I was like, and just nothing. I'm just like, dude, if you don't like the trade, then just cancel it. Obviously, he looks at his stuff sometimes unless you messaged him. Like, I don't know, man. Like,
my trade was with Shard Attack. He just had King of the North pick.
Oh, okay. But I'm like, dude, I've said it before and I'll say it again. Like, if you don't like the trade, and I kind of did this to Wonder Tech's brother on accident.
Okay.
Like where I kind of ignored his trade, but I don't get any sleeper updates for some reason. I cannot get them to. I cannot get a sleep. I cannot get a sleeper alert on my phone to save my life. I've tried everything, literally everything. People are like, do this, do that. I'm like, I've done that. I don't know why it won't work.
That is weird.
Yeah, it's very bizarre. I've tried like resetting, like I haven't done a factory reset on my phone, but like I'm just like, what the hell? No, of course not.
I say that's your problem. I'm just kidding. Dr. Zoomer says, what's good? Good morning, my friend. You got any lineup questions? Players are wondering if they're playing or not. We've been through the injury news already, so probably set. Doc is a first place team in DTT League. Jason, I don't think I'm playing that. Oh, that's right. I'm playing Brad. I'm playing the other first place team. The guy that I traded CEH.
Yeah, that loser. What a draft buzz. Like
Brad's also lost 2 in a row. So
what an overhyped, mundane person.
I drafted him. But I tell you,
I meant like him coming out of college into the NFL and like going to the Chiefs, and everyone's like, "Oh my God," blah blah blah, and I'm like,
especially Dynasty.
I mean, oh my God, just anyone who, if you didn't have the first pick that year, people would have given you a king's ransom for CEH, and yeah,
crazy how things change. Here we go. Wonder Tech says hi. Dr. Zoomer says, yeah, actually, the Swift is ruled out. Dallas defense bad against the run. Pick 2 of these 4.
Are they bad against the run? I thought they were pretty decent.
They might be in the 20s.
Keep going. Sorry.
Against the run. Yeah, look that up by all means. Pick 2 of these 4. Bateman, Jamal Williams, Kareem Hunt, Najee. I'm not playing Hunt if I can help it. I think I want to get Jamal Williams in there. Bateman's with the Ravens, and they are playing whom? Right in front of my face.
I'm going Bateman and I'm going Bateman and J. Will.
Yep, agreed.
Even though the Cowboys defense are giving up the 8th fewest points to fantasy running backs. I was going to say, I'm like, the Cowboys defense is,
I think
surprisingly okay.
Eyeball test and being a Cowboys fan, being a critical Cowboys fan. We've been run on for sure. They have been run on. Excuse me.
That's true. I think that they've just played some games where people are just like, we're going to throw on you because you're not very good defending the pass. So
we're sitting Najee against the Dolphins. Come to that.
That's a good matchup, but Najee has not been good this year. He has not been very good at all. And you know why? For the reasons that I'm not trying to, look at Josh, he's the smartest person in the world, but for the reasons I thought he was going to be bad. Bad offensive line.
Yep.
Terrible.
I also think he's a bit of a compiler. He's not a very efficient running back. He was the whole offense last year.
You say that, but yet Deontay Johnson, all these other guys were good with Ben there, and they're terrible with these schmucks at running back this year, or at quarterback this year. So, dude, when you sit there and say, is Ben Roethlisberger better than Mitch Trubisky / rookie Kenny Pickett? Yeah, he is. For fantasy.
Yeah, I'm gonna stick with it.
It's a bad reality.
Yeah, I'm a little apprehensive about sitting Najee, but I'm going to stick to our guns, I guess you could say. He says his inclination is to go Najee and Jamal Williams, probably for the fact of volume. Najee got plenty of passes last week. And this is... Look at Josh, he's brilliant, says Wonder Tech.
Oh, that's not what I said.
No, that's what Wonder Tech said.
Yeah, but I said the exact opposite. I'm
a bit on the fence, Doc, but...
Oh, that's weird. You're on the fence about something.
Good times. Well, I hope we were a lot of help there. We did. We both gave a clear answer, and it was the same answer. Easy for us to say it's not our lineup. It's tough to sit Najee.
But dude, we're in week 7 now, and like you can't be like, well, I've spent a first or a second round pick on him. Like, who cares at this point? It's so far in the rear view mirror. Like, it's just Well, you spend up for a player, whether to trade him or whatever. Yeah.
And he's modest. Wonder Tech, are you high?
Maybe don't judge him.
He said you're modest, so
I'm a very modest person. I almost said something in our dynasty chat. Oh, other league, Gino.
I'm going to. I think we had this discussion.
Who are the Seahawks playing again?
I don't remember, but Tua's got a better matchup, I think. Seahawks at Chargers, and again Steelers at Dolphins for Tua. Steelers secondary is banged the F up, including Mika Fitzpatrick. I'm going Tua.
Yeah, but it's weird. It's weirdly kind of close.
Gino's coming off a stinker, but you're right. It is kind of close because I asked the same question earlier. To some of the same folks, actually. Yep, I'm going. Gotta be Lazard, right? It's gotta be Lazard. I like Green Bay's matchup, I believe. Is right past you. Commanders. Patriots play. Air. Yeah, I'm going Lazard. Tua.
Will you trade this trade that I'm just thinking of off the top of my head?
Is it a first round pick for Eckler? No, I'm just kidding.
I don't have any first round picks. Trust me, if I had a 2025 first round pick, it'd be gone by now.
Held together with tape and snot.
Duct tape and prayers. Duct tape and prayers.
Prayers.
2 second round picks and Gerald Everett for Travis Kelce.
Absolutely not. I'm a Kelsey owner. I'm not doing that.
Yeah, I didn't think so. I don't have any first round picks, damn it.
It's going to have to be a first for that positional
scarcity. I know. I already have Mark Andrews. I was like, well, just start 2 tight ends. Screw it. And I have...
We could touch on the CMC thing again real quick. Dynasty. Are you fielding offers for CMC if you're a dynasty manager of CMC?
Okay, let's just look at... just for references, because I'm pretty sure the guy who has CMC is a bad team.
Good discussion point.
I don't see him now. Of course, I can't find him. Yes, I am.
Yeah, for sure. Now it's going to take something.
Yeah, this guy is 0-6.
Ooh, oh, it's the King of the North then, huh?
No, it's Arizona Green and Gold.
Oh, okay.
I think he's the 0-6 team. Maybe not. I don't remember. Anyways, yeah, I'm taking whatever I can get for him.
3-3, but still a salient point.
If I'm 3-3, I can take CMC and get 2 firsts. Like boom.
The reason I thought to ask because you mentioned
I would never give up 2 first for him because.
Would you take Andrews in a first?
Yes.
Yeah, me too. Exactly.
I wouldn't take Kelce because Andrews is younger.
Yep. That's why I switched to Dynasty, and I accept that.
Now, if it was like a first, a third in Kelce, yeah, okay.
Chubb in a first.
No, because if I'm getting rid of CMC, I want all the draft picks I can get.
So you wouldn't do like Jamar Chase in a first, or
I wouldn't do another running back. Let's put it that way. I would do like a wide receiver, something that has longer longevity, probably like like a Jamar Chase or a Justin Jefferson in a first.
You do that, yeah.
That seems that I don't even know if if I had Justin Jefferson, I would not be trading him in a first for CMC. I would take Justin Jefferson in my first over that.
Yeah, I think we're on the same wavelength there.
By the way, I hate your new team name.
Good. I'm glad.
I really liked whatever the hell I came up with.
It was like some incestual stuff. It was weird.
Cousins in a burrow, I think is what it was.
I know. I was like, I don't know about all that. Why would it? It's not a super flex. Why am I going to two quarterbacks? Dr. Duba says, this is actually a big question for me. Dallas defense or Packers defense? I'd rather not play Dallas defense against Lions, but yeah, dude, Packers get Taylor Heineke, Harris.
I believe you are
Thomas
referring
Harris.
to Trevor Harrison.
Trevor Harrison. Yeah, I'm going Packers there. Cowboys defense is great, don't get me wrong, but I expect Lions to come out swinging.
And not that great. It's okay.
It's arguably the best in the league, actually. It's ridiculous that you're even considering otherwise. Look it up, Josh.
Okay.
Best against the pass.
Okay.
I mean, it's better than they were last year. And your boy Diggs is actually playing more, I don't want to say conservative. That almost has a negative connotation. More soundly than he was previously. Turnovers are obviously not getting as many turnovers as they did last year, but that was...
I don't know, man. Every time I've seen the Cowboys this year, he's giving up like big plays. Like maybe you know what? Maybe I'm misremembering too.
It's called bias.
I don't know.
Hey, you're biased. It's that you're seeing what you want to see. Maybe I'm biased. Maybe I'm seeing what I want to see. But I think that's that definitely talk about true. Dallas talk about them in a very positive light in terms of defense. Health has had a lot to do with it, as opposed to health on the offensive line.
Okay.
But Doc says he's just weighing on the odds of will Detroit have another stinker versus does Taylor Heineke go off. I don't think there's any way Taylor Heineke goes off with his cast of characters.
It's possible. You know,
I'm banking on a turnover or two.
From Dallas or from the Packers?
Taylor Heineke and the Commanders.
Oh, yeah. I bet that's going to happen.
I play the Packers. Whereas I expect Detroit to, I think I'm on Raw is 100, well, as close as you can be to 100% at this time of year. Coming off some rest and a bye.
Did you cover the fact that Elijah Moore is a healthy scratch this week?
No, because we covered it Thursday. But no, I didn't mention it.
He wasn't a healthy scratch as of Thursday, was he?
Yeah, because remember you said, don't forget.
Oh, no, I said
you were like,
you
want me to do the news because you were going to sit out because of your voice and whatnot because of COVID.
Yeah, it sounded like this.
And I said, don't worry about it, I'll do the news. And you said, don't forget Elijah Moore. And I was on the pooper and I looked it up. I was like, oh, it's 30 minutes ago. Yeah, we included it last week. So for all of those folks who don't recall, Elijah Moore is demanding a trade and he's inactive this week because he's demanding a trade, basically.
No, he's inactive because they're like, okay, because he was throwing a temper tantrum and they're just like, all right, you can take a week off to cool down.
Yeah.
And they probably are looking around at trades too, you know. They're probably like, fine. You know, like
Garrett Wilson's not raising hell. Who's the other guy? Corey Davis is still there, right? Yeah, Corey Davis. They're not throwing a lot. They're winning games, you know, with run game and defense. You know, it's
good old fashioned football.
Which is kind of opposite of what they were doing. I guess they're 3-3. They're not like spectacular, but maybe they're 4-2. Anyway,
I really want to see Zach Wilson. Like, yeah, that's right.
Open it up. I want to see Zach Wilson open up a little bit too, but
yeah,
we'll see.
Maybe in year 3. I don't think it's happening this year.
Doc says he saw the Elijah Moore report that he was unhappy. Good thing he picked up Garrett Wilson. Also, this was mentioned earlier before you showed up, Doc. Pacheco for the Chiefs apparently was getting first team reps this whole week, and he's the starter today apparently.
If ever there was a team that needed a running back, it is the Chiefs.
I haven't been able to hold on to Pacheco the whole time. Doesn't matter because I was able to pick him up free.
I don't think Pacheco is really the answer, nor is he that special. But I think he's
the best one they've got.
I was going to say, I think he's a breath of fresh air, and they need to see if he can be at least viable on the ground because CH and Jerick McKinnon are not.
And I think McKinnon will still get the work through the air, but I think Pacheco is going to be efficient on the ground. We'll see. Am I starting him? We went Gus Edwards in that one, Josh, and then the other one.
Gus Edwards.
Yeah, I think so. I've still got Sutton in there right now, and I gotta sit him, and it just stinks. Are point projections, and I'm like, ugh.
You know, sometimes I really just become a slave to those point projections myself. You know, like, you know what I'm saying? It's
easy to look at and do the work for you, and just be like, well, they say he's gonna score more, so they must be right. Yeah, but I should probably sit Sutton.
Here's an asking for a friend: Jerry Jeudy or Travis Etienne?
Etienne.
I'm actually switching that right now.
I actually stayed up a little bit later talking, chatting with not voice on text with Doc and Shauner, and we talked Denver a lot, and he had a video.
Isn't Shauner from around there?
Yeah, he lives literally in Denver, I think. So yeah, he's a Broncos fan. He's upset. But I was
thinking about that, like walking the dog earlier, and I was just like, Brett Ripien is not going to come out and be better than Russell Wilson. But I was just like, man, if as a Broncos fan, like you gave up a bunch of draft picks for a mediocre at best Russell Wilson. Ugh.
Maybe not this year, but there's a lot of other stuff going on other than Russell. But yeah, he has to share some of the blame too. But big picture, I think they'll be fine. I think the coach / play caller is a big problem. I think wide receivers dropping the ball is a big problem, and obviously offensive line. They lost Garrett Bowles, I believe.
Yeah, their offensive line isn't that great, and I'm not sure how good Courtland Sutton and Jerry Jeudy really are.
Well, Sutton was literally like 4 or 5 weeks in a row was proven to be, quarterback proof, if you want to call it that. Like mostly matchup.
I'm not talking about fantasy. I'm talking about real life football. Because I was like, I've gotten the chance to watch a lot of Broncos games so far. They've been on a lot of primetime games. I mean, and these guys are not getting separation from their defenders, and whether that's play calling or what, but they are just like covered constantly. And I'm not trying to defend Russell.
He's missing
what?
Russell is missing wide open receivers also.
Right, but these guys are also not getting open either.
Exactly. It's like on one play, it's like he misses a wide open Jeudy or wide open Sutton. Okay, and then Sutton and Jeudy do what they're supposed to. Play runs beautifully, so the play caller does what he's supposed to. Russ doesn't see him, doesn't get rid of it.
Yeah,
and then they fix those two issues, and they're like, suddenly there's 3 defenders in their face, and the offensive line issues pop up. It's a perfect storm, I think, of crap. A perfect storm.
I wonder if Nathaniel Hackett's going to make it through this. To next year. Yeah,
the pressure's on, no doubt.
Zimmer, Doc says that they do have a ton of drops. The wide receivers do, and that's another thing to my statement of like that. I don't know if Sutton and Jeudy are really all that great.
I've been Team Sutton over Team Jeudy for sure. Not like it's a huge discrepancy, but
I think they're just both pretty average at this point.
I think Sutton could still be a 1.
I don't think so.
I mean, they're playing average at this point. I agree with you there wholeheartedly, but I think they get a better offensive line.
Maybe some better coaching, and maybe it's just the wide receiver coach. As simple as that needs to coach him up a little bit better.
And the report this morning, as it said, his status isn't out beyond this week because of hamstring, right? Yeah.
It's a magical injury that's all these magical injuries that are popping up to explain away his piss poor play.
You can die on that hill. It's fine. Hey, you're the folks in that camp are right now. I can't deny that. I'm not going to try and get on a soapbox to defend Russell Wilson, but I'm going to stick to my guns and say he's still a Pro Bowl level quarterback, maybe even all pro. It's just
really
bad. Look at Stafford this year. We thought Stafford was a world beater last year. Now look at what they're doing. And the team as a whole is not that good. Like, it happens quickly. It's a razor's edge, man, in my eyes.
You know what happens when you get rid of a 40-year-old offensive lineman? The offensive line goes to poop.
4 years, right? Yeah.
And Andrew Whit.
Now they mentioned another tackle the other day on whatever show I was listening to, watching. I thought Whitworth was gone the year before, maybe.
No, he was there last year.
But they mentioned
You
another.
don't, you don't remember him and his gray beard at the Super Bowl celebration?
They also
walking around
said
with
they
his kids?
literally have one healthy offensive lineman. So I think maybe it was Whitworth by retirement, and then the right tackle. I do not remember his name.
We'll call him Steve.
Steve is hurt. Not Steve.
Oh, we got
Edward.
we got one more question here. One more question.
Kelsey and Ramondre. Immediately, I'm like, no. But for JT, Brees, and nobody's giving you Brees and JT. I don't know though, Kelsey. 12-man full PPR. He did say redraft. I got Pierce, but I'm starting Dubs.
Is it redraft?
Dobbs.
Dubs. Dobbs? Damn it.
Dobbs.
So is he getting rid of Kelsey and Ramondre for JT, Brees, and Njoku? If that's the case, whoever's getting JT, Brees, and Njoku is the winner of this trade.
Yeah, far and away. That's why I'm like, I don't think that trade goes through. There's no way.
I think it's mainly that Kelsey's one of the best, if not
if I'm
the best tight end.
A JT or a Brees back. Yeah, I love selling Ramondre high for that, and especially with Damian Harris coming back. Sure, but I just think you're asking for too much. Assuming you have a good tight end behind. Oh no, you're getting rid of Njoku. That's right, and getting Kelsey back.
No, I think he's trading Kelsey and Ramondre and getting all those other things.
I said that backwards. I was going to ask who his other tight end was. His other tight end is in the deal. Yeah, he's Njoku away.
Yeah.
I mean, you might be able to do it for either JT or Brees.
I mean, if someone's
JT and Brees, wow. Well, I guess you did get.
That's very easily possible. First and a third round pick, boom.
So yeah, I think if you unsweetened, no, if you ask for a little less is what I'm trying to say. I think you could get that done, and I think that looks pretty even.
If someone is agreeing to this deal, then yeah, you should. If someone is proposing this deal to you, yes, do that.
Yeah.
Otherwise, if you are proposing that deal, I don't think that you're getting JT, Brees, and Njoku. No. No.
Team full PPR. But JT or Brees and Njoku for Kelsey and Ramondre. Yeah, I think that's pretty even.
I'm
still leaning for the Brees or JT side.
But which one would you take though? JT or Brees at this point?
I'm biased.
This is redraft, right?
Yes, he said so in his next comment. I like the Brees one.
I'm gonna go recently biased and Brees.
Yep.
I came up with another team name for your team, Brees Mode.
Yeah, that came up on Weekly Fantasy Football Weekly today or yesterday.
Oh, did it? Okay,
somebody threw out Beast Mode, and they're like, and Charge was like, "Oh, I love it," and then the wet blanket was Scott Fish.
Oh, maybe that is where I heard it. Then
Scott Fish was like, "It's been out there." I was like, "That's," but we'll just go with it. My other
that must have been where I heard it. I thought about it when I was walking the dog this morning. I was like, "A Brees Mode." Just like randomly popped in my head. I still like Cousins in a Burrow.
Another Brees one in mind for. Oh no, it was CD. It was CD's nuts. It was basically it came down to CD's nuts or give Brees a chance. And I thought it's kind of serendipitous. I didn't realize it until like this morning that my team's named after a song again. My team used to be Zeke and Destroy.
I don't know what you're referring to.
It's a song by Metallica. It's called Seek and Destroy.
No, I know that part, you idiot. The other one.
Give peace a chance. All we say, I can't sing, is give peace a chance. The Beatles?
I don't know what you're talking about. I'm not familiar with this one. Sorry.
All right. It's a song.
I know the Seek and Destroy one. Yeah, it's probably one of my favorite Metallica songs.
Move on. And hey,
maybe
if Brees fizzles out in a year or two, and it's like, I'll probably stop doing the player team name bit. But
Cousins in a Burrow, man. That's a good one.
Kirk Cousins. I mean, he's fine backup quarterback in a dynasty, but
Cousins in a Burrow.
I can actually kind of sing, but not in the morning. But I'm not gonna pretend like I'm that great. Here we go. Oh, we're singing now. That is the advice I needed.
No, I heard enough of you singing last night. Oh my god.
Oh, did you see the? Did you see my graphic though that I went through the trouble and made? I can pull
for what?
For give Brees a chance.
Oh yeah, it's ugly.
It's not.
I was like, did he make that? I'm like, yeah, he did. Look at how ugly it is.
Yeah. It's hilarious. That's our background too, buddy.
You should take the peace symbols and put them over his eyes. You know, like whoa,
Creep him out.
Anyways, I'm out of here. Let's get the hell out of here.
Yeah, let's call it night. Or night. Oh my gosh. Yeah, that's how tired I am.
I didn't tell you to stay up till 4 in the morning or whatever.
It was. Shoot, what was it? I think it was 3. I don't remember.
We got done playing Rocket League, and I was like, and you're like, I gotta go. I got stuff to do tomorrow. I'm like, cool, whatever. And then I went to bed.
And I Discord and chatted with some buddies. Wonder Tech said he heard enough of my singing last night. Wink.
Yeah, I knew he was gonna do it. I knew he was gonna say something about it.
But yes, let's go. I got a couple of lineups to go over with a fine-tooth comb. Until next time, everybody. Again, 10 a.m. Central every Sunday morning here for injuries, news, notes, and updates, and some lineup advice before you set your final lineups for the day. Thursday nights, 8 p.m. Central Standard Time for the for the big show where we do the Fave 5. We give you our favorite running backs and receivers for the week, and then we give you some streamers at tight end and quarterback for the week. Wonder Tech says, I love you too. Love you, buddy. Until then, folks, have an amazing fantasy football day. Peace.
Good luck, everyone.